Howdy y'all, welcome back. This week we're kicking everything off slightly earlier. This might not always be the same though, just as a heads up. And I just want to say hello and thank you to all the new subscribers. I really didn't expect to be at 450 subs so soon, but hey, here we are. Big thank you to all the community members shouting me out in their videos. Anywho, we got quite a bit to cover today, so let's just jump right into it. Got a couple updates on the community TCG. Definitely seems like a number of people would be interested in jumping in on the project, which I greatly appreciate. Thank you so much. And it's a definite go-ahead for a DREAMSCAPE 2.0. Now, I don't have the full blessing yet from Peter to use the name DREAMSCAPE, which is completely fair. It was a project made by him and his cousin, so the actual name of the game may be different in the end. There's also an old community member who helped with the ideas of the original game, Monarch, now going by American Average on YouTube. He'll be joining me on making the gameplay and rules of the game. He came up with an entire Google Doc of his take on a new version of the game, and it's honestly incredible. He really knows his game design. We're going to be playing around with everything for a bit, but I'll keep you all up to date with it. I'm also making a Discord for the game right now, where you'll be able to submit your art for the game, talk about ideas, and just in general do some shameless self-promotion and such. With that being said, let's get on with what happened last week on HTCG. Getting the ball rolling with a very new card game, legendz, and that's with a Z. It's their first upload to YouTube, and I really like what I saw. It's a very cute card game with a cartoon art style. A basic sort of layout, but they put their own spin on the cards. Some cards have downsides to them listed on the actual card itself, which you don't often see in games. The rules seem interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. Great job. A channel I haven't covered yet, Mystic Stadium, is back opening up his brand new set, Legions of the Deep Sea. I found his channel a little while ago, and it's a gem of a card game. There aren't any actual attributes in the rules of the game, things like fire, water, earth, and air. Rather, each set sort of focuses on a theme and different aspects to the world of the card game. I really like this change. It's a great way to still incorporate archetypes without having to be confined to the actual stereotypes of card elements within a set. The art itself is fantastic. It strikes that perfect balance of cartoon fantasy, and I love it. Spirit Vessel is my absolute jam of a card, and I can't wait to see more sets that come out. Another channel I haven't covered yet, Rougen TCG, has uploaded a few times over the past week. We get a look at a new type of card, a pack opening of the new set, and a tutorial for pack design. Rougen had taken a small break from uploading, but is back on a pretty regular schedule. His cards are super colorful. All of the art is vibrant and fun to look at. There's always action happening within the art, which is always important when it comes to engagement. A lot of top quality art comes from the fact that something is happening within the picture itself. It tells a story. He has amazing design philosophy, and I can't wait to see what the next cards will look like. I should also mention, he has a new Discord for the game, so if you want more and have questions to ask him, go check it out on his channel. Speaking of channels that have uploaded a number of times in the past week, Scott from Ellumacent Art is back giving us a tutorial on shading for hair, a speed art, and a card creation video. The tutorial on doing the hair shading is very good, and in general, all of Scott's tutorials are so incredible for when you're home forging your HTCGs. I've been personally following them for when I need ideas on how I can make Spirit Link cards feel the way I want them to feel, and it makes a world of difference. Hey, another pretty good segue. Doodles Ninja gives us a look at his own printed cards for Sail the Seas. His art for the game is super amazing as usual, and actually when printed becomes even more vibrant. The template is simple, but I think that really makes it feel way more like a homemade TCG. It also, by the way, makes it way easier to print and keep consistent when you're home forging a game. Love the finished look of the cards, and I hope I can get my hands on some in the future. Taking a look at some new cards from another game, James from Shard TCG gives us 5 brand new cards based off of fan-submitted art. I love this idea, and really invigorates the community aspect of any game. Not only is the art done by James beautiful, but I think a lot of the fan submissions are really well done too. The Ichthonike and the Kolkaikis are my absolute favorites to be done, honestly. Kolkaikis might just be taking the #1 spot on my favorite art in the game. Mystic Islands gives us a new deck profile for the game with the Drunken Dwarf deck. Love the name of the deck, first of all. Very clever and stands out really well. It's a pretty good rounded deck as well. It seems the main focus is to try and get your strong cards out faster, with health gain being sort of a side addition to the structure. The smaller cards are what get the ball rolling, with cards like Mystic Dwarf and Grateful Scallywag giving you a boost in your summoning power. Overall, it seems pretty viable, and I would love to see how it plays. BlueWolf has uploaded a number of times this week, all based around Rage Battles. He shows off a battle mat, a baseball game, and a new type of card. Again, I love the art style for this game. It's super cartoony and fun to look at. The new supporter cards are an interesting idea as they don't seem to be able to attack at all, and are only there to give your attacking monsters a boost. Overall, it's a really solid idea. Dimesnion Battles gives us a short little animation with a character summoning the card Fate Rewriter. It's a neat little video, and I think he did a fantastic job with everything. Quest TCG tells us about how the game started as a hybrid game and a speed art for the card Katara? I love the little inscriptions written on the inside of the ring, and the green eye in the middle is definitely giving me nods to Jacksepticeye's channel mascot. Aether has uploaded his new HTCG news report, and it's super great. He talks about a couple of people I haven't actually checked out yet, like YokaishiTCG and Those of Love and Death TCG. Both are great looking games. I highly recommend taking a look at them. He goes over quite a few people, so I recommend just watching that video if you want to hear more about them. He also gives me a shout out at the end, so a big thank you for that. Much appreciated, Aether. Chris, the cheeky, sneaky man, admits to being bamboozled by me. Gotti! But in all seriousness, we do actually get a bit more of a teaser for some more info on Wrath of Course 2.0. As mentioned earlier, Aether goes over a couple of creators, and was actually given a teaser from Chris on what I have to assume is the new template for 2.0. Now, unfortunately, I cannot unpixelize it, and as it turns out, I am now the bamboozled. I, however, somehow made it HD in my attempts to depixelize it, so that's a thing. But from speculation, it seems as though quite a few things will be shifted around, and quite possibly even have rule changes. First of all, what was most obvious to me was the big sort of element cost in the top left of the corner, with what I think, personally, could be a sort of mixed element cost to the right of it. But it could also just be the name tag for the card. There's some more text below that, and what I assume is the attack and HP of the card. It looks really interesting and quite a big change in the game's style direction. We also get teased with what I assume is a piece of core art, as on the Discord, Chris had posted 4 different other spherical objects in the works. I mean, like, it's obvious, right? Like, that's what a core is. That's straight up. Straight bussin', bro. Overall, it's still all speculation, but I am really looking forward to seeing what's to come. I love talking about teasers from other creators and speculating on everything. Chris just keeps on handing them out, and you keep going. I'll keep speculating. I'll always be here. I'm not leaving. Last but certainly not least, a creator I haven't covered yet, YoshiBops uploads his top 10 favorite cards for the game Dirt Wars. He's only recently turned his game into a digital one, and I love the style he's gone for. Super minimal templates, but the standout here is the artwork. Colored strokes with an uber cartoony random style makes it look like a really fun game. That's all from last week. If I missed you in this one, I apologize. Sometimes videos don't show up in the search bar, and I may just forget to include someone I'm sub to. But with that being said, let me know about your games down below, and I'll be sure to check them out. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.